when I put this together, I thought, how in the world can I go through training an ag sales team without being boring? Because it's not a contest where it's all interaction with the kids and speaking and things like that. So as far as showing you things that the kids do, you'd almost have to bring the kids and have them demonstrate, which is what is on the DVD that we're going to give some of these away. We're going to give 5 to each session because they're $65 a piece. This has a lot of examples like that. So I went through and this is how what we're going to talk about today. The parts of the CDE, which is what some of you may want to know, what is involved, what the kids do, how I train a team, which is not necessarily the best way to train a team, it's my way, and selecting a team, because I train a team in a class. I have a class called Ag Sales and Marketing, and so my ag sales team from my chapter comes out of that class. So it's a different team every year. And I usually have enough people that you can select from. If you don't have more than 5 in a class, it'd be kind of tight. So that's how I broke down today. But before I do any of that, how many in here have competed in ag sales? So most of you, because there's usually only about 20 teams in the state. How many have a section contest? Okay. And if you got questions about setting up a section contest or any questions throughout, just stop me. I'm used to interruptions. Parts of the CD, and you've got the parts right there. And what I did is took the old version, which I did have teams participate in, and some of you may have too. And I highlighted in red what has changed in the contest and what we are doing now with the new version. And personally, I like the new version better anyway. The old version, we had a test. We still have a test. I'll briefly mention that later on. The team problem used to be called a market analysis problem, which now it's a team presentation. Very similar in how it's set up, but then the team actually presents. Then there's 5 practicums, 1 for each student. The ag sales call is the same. The product summary sheet's a little different. Customer relations practicum is basically the same. And then we kind of changed the other 3 a little bit. Advertising and promotion, product display, and telephone skills used to be how the practicums were set up. Now it's called prospecting customers, which is basically a sales call. We'll go through that a little bit later here. Order taking kind of took the place of telephone skills. And then host choice, which I'm not sure how they come up with that, but host choice is one of the other ones, where the student shows up at the contest not knowing which area they're going to do. So they could be called on to do customer relations, prospecting, or order taking. So that's whatever the host of the contest decides that student's going to do. So here's your first hint, my first secret, I guess. I'll share anything I got to know with you, too. I put the kid in host choice who's the best, because they can do anything. Okay? Okay, the test, I really don't have much to say about that. There's practice tests that you can buy from National, and I've bought the last several years, and I give practice tests. We'll talk about that later on how to train a team. There's 50 questions on the test. They're all multiple choice. Some of them are challenging, some of them are very easy if you teach the stuff in a class. So that's the first part, to take a test. This is what I really like, because in my chapter we do a lot of team activities, team building. Everybody on the team goes into a room. They are given a product with any features that the host wants to give them, which I don't even know all of the stuff they've been given because the advisor doesn't go in with them. They take that product, they take the market situation which is given to them. And I'll give you an example. I think I printed an example if you want to look through your stuff as I'm talking about this. I don't remember which one I gave to you. It was a sweet one maybe. At our section contest last year, they were given a problem on marketing fresh sweet corn. And I think I printed that one out for you. So the team takes the information, they take the problem, they take the situation, and they try to sell that to potential customers as a group. So you've got the judges sitting in the room, the 5 people on your team go in, the judges are watching them prepare for this also. Okay, so they want to see how the kids work together, what kids are doing what, and they're given computers and everything else. I know that my kids at the state contest, they designed a brochure. A couple of them worked on a brochure, while a couple of them worked on a presentation to market the product, and then they presented to the judges and handed out the brochures. So it's many different ways they can go with that. And I'll talk a little bit about how I work with the kids on practicing that.
Darrin, how long do they get to do that, do you say? To
25
I
develop?
have that up there. I believe they
Like a
have
half hour?
25
half an hour.
minutes.
25
Is it in the
minutes.
rules there?
25
Yeah.
minutes.
25 minutes. One other thing, I didn't print the state rules because you can get them online. So everyone knows that. I just talked about this. One thing that I've been told over and over again, another hint for you, is that the judges want to see everybody participate. So if you've got a team of 5 and you've got a kid that doesn't want to talk in front of the group and they don't do anything, the team's going to be marked down.